How's it going, everyone? Mike here, October 13th, Merch by Amazon sales update. What I'm going to do is basically do an October update, October review. Things are going incredibly well. And if you've been watching any of my, I'd say, I don't even know, last maybe 10 videos where I'm doing sales updates, you know what's been happening and you know how my account just is different, especially since we got entered Q4. It's definitely not acting the same way, and that's actually really good. It's a little scary because a lot of my sales are dependent on one product. I would say probably half of all my sales right now, but that's okay. That's what's making these kinds of sales possible. And anyways, it's feeling good. Like, it's feeling good, but it's also, like I said, scary because if anything was to happen to that one product, I would still have my Q4 sales, and it would be probably higher than average. But with that one product, it's just outstanding. So let's get into some of these numbers and we'll see what's going on. My 7-day average is, and right now I'm recording this around noon. So this is like early on in the day. As you can see here, I have 5 sales in total, and my 7-day average is hovering around 170 now, right? Because by the end of the day, if this day is average, even the lowest of the week, it will still be around 170. So that in itself is amazing. I'm recording this on the 13th, but we're looking at 12 whole days, and this is where I am right now. I have done $4,500 in sales, and I have cracked $1,000 in royalties already for this month. Royalties per sale are $4.44, and that is just incredible. And we'll look at some of the other numbers, compare this month to some of the other ones, but this is just outstanding because for the first 12 days of the month, I've already hit $1,000 in royalties, which was kind of my goal overall for all of 2021, because this is where I was kind of like hoping that I would hit that $1,000 mark with my international sales. So even if I had a $700 or $844 month, adding up my international sales, it would be around $1,000 a month, and that was feeling really good. But now, looking at September and what's about to happen with October, it's just a different ball game. This is not what I'm used to. 234 total sales so far. So, like I said, 234 returns are low, at least that I consider 7 returns to be low. So that's actually really good. And the total for the month is 261. So 234. My international sales are actually lower than I expected. Germany is not performing at all like it did last couple of months. As you can see here, there's even 1-0, and that rarely happens this deep into the month. Japan's still doing really well, but again, overall, to have 261 sales in 12 days, that's amazing. In total, I've just hit about $1,100 in royalties when you add this up and do the conversion. So $1,100 in royalties in 12 days, amazing. There was another little milestone that I hit. I hit 9,000 all-time sales, as you can see here. So that means that I still would not have been tiered up to 10,000. And the fact that I skipped tier 10,000, I was tiered up to 20,000 is just amazing. If I can name something that I'm extremely happy about for 2021, this would be it. So, I really don't even know how to act towards that. I know that it was because I was listing a lot of products in Japan to the Japanese marketplace, and I know that people were getting emails and basically being told, the reason you have skipped a tier and have been tiered up is so that you would feel encouraged to list to the Japanese marketplace more. In addition to hitting 9,000 sales in total, I just cracked 100,000 live products. I have been, and this will probably grow as I'm recording, because I'm uploading products right now using the Merch Titans automation tool. But I have been hitting 1,200 products, or whatever the max has been over the last couple of months, every single day. Yesterday I actually stopped at 1,154 or something like that. And it was getting really late, close to midnight, and I just had to kind of punch out, check out it. But I really felt like I could have done more. I was thinking, oh my God, those 50 products, over time will make a difference. But I was completely fine with it. Basically what I'm trying to say is I am pumping these out as much as I can. I have new designs. I'm putting out scalable designs, and sometimes I'm actually uploading the same designs that I uploaded maybe like a year or two ago, but with different descriptions. So I'm targeting different, I guess, customers, different niches with same designs. And so I have designs. All it takes is basically cleaning up the spreadsheets, which is what I'm using for the Merch Titans automation tool. So there is still a lot of work there, but when it comes to designs and actually creating things, I am able to do that. What I wish I could do is be a day or two ahead of schedule. Right now I'm basically working, day by day, meaning that tomorrow I will work on new designs. Tonight I will be working on designs and spreadsheets for tomorrow, but I wish I was a few days ahead of schedule. The other thing that I wanted to just throw up on the screen is this. I have reached $161,000 in sales. Royalties for that, I would say, are extremely low, because as you can see here, royalties per sale since day one, so this is taking all my sales into consideration, are lower. They're 326. So my royalties are, probably going to hit 30,000 this month, which is, it's not an extreme number. Like, I'm definitely not, saying, hey, $30,000 is a small amount of money. It's not. But I'm just saying the ratio there could be better in my favor, because even if we were to increase this by $1, it would mean a $10 increase in royalties, right? So anyways, that's just something to kind of look at, an interesting piece of information. The last thing I'll talk about is basically the new average. As you can see here, I've now more than not, my days are cracking 20, and my overall sales are hitting 30, and this is happening more often than not. And it's funny to see this difference, because when I hit this 29 sales day, and then the next day that I had 14, I was thinking, what's wrong? But again, nothing is wrong. It was just a lower than usual day, but it happened after one of my best days. So the gap here is significant, but in reality, 14 sales in one day in the US for me is actually above what I used to consider average, let's say 2 months ago. So right now, 14 sales a day in the US, and then, if I get a few international sales, I'm still close to 20 sales a day, and it just seems like it's lower. But here's what feels amazing about this. Look at this. Wednesday, 24 sales, $107 in royalties. 26 sales on Thursday, $121 in royalties. $105 in royalties. 138, 67, 82, 83. Like, that is incredible. Every single day, on average, somebody is putting $100 in my pocket, and it feels really, really good. The other thing, and I've mentioned this over the last couple of videos, and I will be sticking to this, is I am really, really taking a good look at this number. I want to put out more designs on my core products, like standard and premium t-shirts, maybe tank tops. Right now I'm going to get into hoodies and definitely pop sockets and cell phone cases. but I don't need to put my designs on, 66 products every single time, because I really want to get this number up. And if I'm ever considering, tiering up and depending on my sales and everything, I really need to fill these slots before I'm ever even eligible for a tier up, because Amazon will say, what's the point of tiering you up if you're not getting those 20,000 sales, or if you're not filling up your designs that you're able to fill. So, and then also it just makes sense from a business perspective, because if we were to, let's say, look at the products that are selling, like here we are, like standard shirts, right? If we go and look at sales for the last 90 days, again, we're gonna look at, and it's about the same, right? Basically, standard t-shirts, pop sockets, phone cases, and tank tops are selling. So why would I, for example, if in 90 days I've sold, 5 tote bags or 1 zip hoodie and 2 pillows, why use my daily limits to push those products out? I have the answer, is because, I'm looking at the long-term payoff here, because I want to have, my 1.3 million products up. But right now, when it comes to actually making money and looking at what sells, I can maybe prioritize these products, right? What that would mean for me is basically just putting in more work on new designs, and not either recycling or putting designs or pushing them to so many products. So meaning, out of these 1,200 every single day, instead of maybe putting up 30 to 40 new designs, I can push that up to 100 to 200 if I'm able to, right? But besides that, I mean, everything's going great. Q4 right now is amazing. We'll see how this month is going to end, because so far, I think in about 2 days, which will be by half mark of October, I will actually have surpassed pretty much every single month of 2021 since November of 2020. So in 15 days, I will get more sales than the entire year of full monthly sales. So again, that is just amazing. And if this continues, I'm looking at over 500 sales this month. I'll wrap it up there, guys. I hope everything's going well for you. I know this video is a little longer, but I wanted to touch upon everything. Like I said, there's a few milestones with hitting 9,000 sales, with cracking $160,000 in total sales, in having 100,000 products live. I mean, things are just happening when it comes to merch, and hopefully you guys are, I guess, sharing the wealth, and things are going well for you guys. And for now, I'll just wrap it up, and thank you as always.